seeing someone, or maybe you're in a situationship and you really want commitment, but you're not getting it. Okay, if you are, then you've come to the right place. Hi, my name's Catherine, and today we're going to talk about if you are seeing someone and you're not getting that commitment you really want. We're going to talk about how that might make you feel, the reasons why, and then we're going to look at how to navigate that situation. Okay. Well, there are many reasons really why people aren't willing to commit. Yeah, people may have gone through betrayal, or they may have experienced grief, or just really recovering from major relationship breakup. Yeah, or they might be, if they're a bit younger, they might just not feel ready to settle down. Yeah, I know myself, when I came out of a long relationship, I was like absolutely adamant I am never going to have another relationship ever again. Yeah, I don't feel the same way now, but for quite a few years I did. So people have their reasons for not wanting a commitment. But if you are, yeah, if you're seeing someone and you're thinking, we're getting on great, why can't they just be prepared to define the relationship and make it a little bit more serious? Now, if that's how you feel, you may be displaying quite controlling behaviours and feeling very emotional. You might be going up and down and all over the place with your emotions. Why is that? Well, because the way you're thinking, the way you're feeling is that you want to control the situation. You want to have in a nice tidy box a definition for the relationship that you've got. But the thing is, the coming together of two people, each person has a whole life behind them and a whole wealth of experiences. And we have to respect the other person's wishes. It's really important. You see, when we try and force things to go the way that we want them to go, that's more often than not when they don't. Yeah? I think about my pussycat, Misty. So every time I sit down on the sofa, my cat is like on top of me. It's like having a cat scarf. And my daughter gets quite upset and she says, oh, Misty doesn't come to me. She doesn't like me. And I try to explain to my daughter, it's not that. It's just when you see her, you grab her. Now, anyone who's got a cat will know that cats don't like to be grabbed and they run away. And I try to explain that she just needs to sit there and entice her in with some gentle talk. And then she'll come to her. She needs to attract her. Yeah? Now that sort of way of thinking is really a way of thinking that we can adapt to all areas of our life. That letting go of control, that surrendering to life and letting the path unfold before us. Yeah, but I don't want that, you might say. Yeah, but the thing is, by forcing, you really won't get what you're hoping for. And this saying to you to let go of control is not a form of like manipulation. Oh, I'll let go of control so he will come to me. It's just, it's enjoying being in the moment. Because actually, if you're just getting to know somebody, yeah, if you're in perhaps the early stages, really it's important to be concentrating on getting to know each other and having a good time together. You don't want to be having a conversation because you're trying to sort of force it into a conversation about you and them. You just want to have a conversation for the pure enjoyment of it. Yeah? I think sometimes you can get so fixated on trying to get what you so desperately want that you miss something that could be really beautiful. So I understand if you're a little bit younger and perhaps you're thinking of having a family with someone, I can understand you're probably in a slightly different place where you are really wanting that relationship to be defined. But it is also important to understand that everybody needs to have their freedom. We need to respect another person's need for freedom. It's important. And when you learn to sort of surrender to life in general, when you learn to let go, when you learn to release control, that can actually feel really freeing. Yeah? So especially if you're in the earliest stages of seeing someone, try to think about it. Make a conscious choice that actually, rather than doing everything you can to impress them so that they will agree to a relationship with you, just enjoy being with them. Okay? Don't think about that label, because that's all it really is, isn't it? It's just a label. If you're with someone and you're getting on with them and you are both enjoying your time together, why do you need why do you need to feel that you need to put that in a box? Yeah? Just take your time and enjoy each other's company. Because, you know, letting go and surrendering and going with the flow is much more attractive anyway. Yeah? I mean, I believe in that a lot because I recognize the differences, the polarity between the masculine and the feminine. Yeah, I grew up in a time where when I was younger, we were sort of told as young women that we were supposed to just do everything that men could do. But actually, you know what? I like a man being a man. What's wrong with that? I like being different. And I feel personally, as a woman, like men are often very goal orientated, aren't they? And a lot more structured. Whereas me, as a feminine, I am much more flowy, more creative. And I feel that as a woman, I do want to be that person who attracts. I'm not going to desperately chase after somebody. I don't want to do that, yeah? I don't want to control someone. Men in particular, they love their freedom, yeah? And they will respect you if you are prepared to give them that. We have to learn to accept people, yeah, and accept them for who they are, and not try and change them, because would you like someone to try and change you? Yeah? So if you're with someone and there are aspects of them that you're not keen on, well, maybe you ought to be thinking about moving on with someone else. Yeah? But we should look at people and accept them for who they are and enjoy who they are. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to learn to release control, but honestly, if you can get to that point where you can just say to yourself, here I am, like a sparkling jewel, and I will attract people into my life, and some people will choose to come and stay and stick with me, around me for a while, and some people won't. And that is totally fine, yeah? Because you are already happy with who you are. You don't need anyone to complete you. If you can learn to stand on your own and feel whole, you will become far more attractive than if you feel that you need someone else to make you happy. How wonderful it is when you get two people who are secure and happy within themselves coming together. Yeah? But it's not so good if you have someone who's really needy and feeling like they need someone else to make them feel better. Because by doing that, you're making another person feel responsible for your happiness. And that's not fair. So why don't you try, even just for a couple of weeks, give it a go. Stop feeling like you need to control the situation, because really you don't, okay? And you will look more attractive, I promise you. Yeah? Let go of all those conversations or questions or needing to please because you're looking for the relationship to be defined. Let go of all that. Give the other person their freedom. Show them that you are someone who is happy without them. And that is far more magnetic So just remember, learn to let go, release, control, and surrender. Yeah? Okay. Well, I will leave it for there. It's just a short one today. But please do write in the comments if you are currently going through a situation at the moment where you are feeling the need to control. And if you comment, I will always reply, and maybe we can work it out together how to navigate the situation you are currently finding yourself in. Okay, lots of love to you. Take care. Sending love and light.